Well, as much as I talked about Luma, I've also was wondering if there were any more AI services out there. Might be a little bit more affordable at times, and I did find a couple of them. One I'm actually a part of, or I've actually been a part of. They just, I think they just incorporated the video feature not that long ago, and that's Runaway. The reason I know about them is because I utilized them for a while, just for image to image, kind of like change, this image to this style and stuff like that, or the text to image and everything. Well, they just, I guess, recently, a little while ago, I don't know how long, added the video option. So now you can, type a text in the prompt to get made into a video, or you can take an image and get that, turned into a video of some kind. Now they do offer the same kind of creative, I guess you could say, structure when it comes to using images, just 2 frames. That's it. So, I appreciate that, although I wish eventually they would allow you to have more frames, and hopefully someday all these AI generated art video services, free or not, will allow that to happen. They will give you that opportunity to basically have more images, because they know people are going to want to use these services to create their own little movies and everything, like Trouble TRO has said about Pink Benefits and all that, the little web comic series that they got going on. But with that said, there are a few there's another one I discovered. In fact, I think it's a very new one. It just came out probably a couple of months ago, around the same time Luma, I think, started to really, kick it into high gear with the video AI and all that. This one is called Kinglin, or Kinglin AI. It's Kling AI. Now, what's crazy is they also have a Chinese version of this, because I think originally it's a Chinese company, or company behind, corporation, company, software behind it. And what's funny is when I went to go check it out, I went to the Chinese outlet, and I was wondering, okay, why can't I get in? And then I saw a video on YouTube of someone doing a tutorial, and they had the link to the American version. So I got onto the American version, and long story short, I am on Kinglin AI now. And I will say this, just based on what I've utilized so far, it definitely shows you that the people behind Kinglin, and I can't say this yet for Runaway, but according to a lot of people, Runaway might be in the same, I guess you could say, discussion, if you will. But one thing I can say about both of them is it seems that, unlike Luma, and this might be the advantage they have over them, unlike Luma, they do understand what you want. I mean, a lot of people are heaping praise on Kinglin, saying, "Hey, on Kling AI, not Kinglin, but Kling AI, they're heaping praise on it, because basically what they're saying is you can prompt it, you can text in a prompt for it to create something, and it will give you exactly what you're asking for, almost to a T. It will give you exactly what you're asking for, more so than I think any other video artistic, AI generated site out there. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool that they're able to do that. And there are various examples. So I tried it out, and the subscription, believe it or not, is a little cheaper than Luma. Luma's cheapest one is, of course, the $9.99, which is all right. But for newcomers like me, when it comes to Kling AI, you actually only have to pay $3.88 the first month, and then as a renewal, all you have to do is pay $8. I think $8.80 later, or something like that. So yeah, for a year, you don't have to worry about the regular monthly amount. The monthly amount is about, at the cheapest, is $10. But of course, as you'll see in these images, it goes up a little bit more. Same with Runaway. Runaway's cheapest option, of course, is the free one, but they take a little longer, and you will, when it comes to Runaway, you will fall into a few hindrances, if you will. Hindrances, you get the idea. Hiccups. You'll fall into some hiccups because if you decide to go with free, basically you're going to end up, having to probably wait, indefinitely for your prompt to be made. But if you go and get a subscription, you don't have to worry about that. And the second cheapest they have when it comes to subscription is $15 a month. Now, of course, they do have the yearly plans, which cost a little bit more in the end. But for me and anybody else, I would recommend going, not just for myself, but for anybody else, I would recommend going monthly. It's a lot cheaper, and you don't have to, worry whether or not, you're going to have the money in there a year or so later. You go the monthly route, and you'll be able to pay for what you're looking, or pay for what you want at certain dates at that time. So that's what I like. I really do. So I would go the monthly route. That's what if I was you. But again, Runaway seemingly, like Kling, gives you what you're asking for. And I tried it out. Well, not Runaway, but like I said, I tried out Kingland. I'm going to probably do Runaway as well because both are pretty cheap, at the start, subscription wise, monthly. The difference with them is, unlike Luma, and this is the advantage they have over Luma, is they go the route that, something like To Do Right does. To Do Right gives you a certain amount of words, credits, if you will, a month, depending on your subscription plan. And if you have the money, they also give you the opportunity to buy more. If you feel like, hey, I have the money and I want to buy over the million range, the near 1,050,000 range, not 1,050,000, but the 1,750,000 range for $49. If you got the money to do that, to add on to your, let's say, 3,000 a word a month subscription, then there you go. You buy that to go along with that, and you have over like 2 million credits words to utilize at your disposal. And I think that's kind of cool. And you get something similar here with Kingland and Runaway. With Kingland, they give you the credit option as well. And yes, it does go up in price, as you'll see in one of these images. It does go up in price. With Runaway, the higher you go up on your subscription, the more credits you'll get. Like I think for two of the most highest ones, you will get unlimited credits. So you don't have to worry about running out. So it's all up to you. It's all up to what your preference would be on a monthly basis. But from what I can see so far, it definitely feels like Kingland or Kling AI, and potentially Runaway are going to give you what you're asking for. Kling is doing that exactly because, as I was saying, and you'll see it in an image here, well, not an image, but a video, I wanted it to do something that I wanted Luma to do. And I'm sorry if my elbow hit the mic down, scratching my left shoulder, itching right there. But anyway, I asked it to do the one thing that I asked Luma to do, but Luma wouldn't do it. You see, I asked Luma to take the last page of the recent Pink Benefits or the last page of the final part of the recent chapter of Pink Benefits by Trouble TRO. That being Pink Benefits Chapter 18, Part 21, 21 being the last part. And I asked it to take that one moment after Emily turns into a piece of silk. I don't know if she's a silk top, silk dress top or whatever. And I had asked Luma, have the silk melt off of the stool and onto the ground. And I even emphasized what I wanted it to do. Now, one of the tries, it did seem like it was doing it, but then all of a sudden it had a woman's face, come out of it and then disappear back in, and all that. It was kind of like, basically it was giving me what I was asking, but not entirely. It still had to add in something. Because I think when you describe what you want, it will give it to you, but then it'll also base its, information off the other words and everything you put in the prompt. So after that, while still using Luma, I go and I ask it to just do the silk that she became, have it melt down off the stool onto the ground. Well, it kind of does that, but not really. It just starts to make it look like it's getting all liquidy and all that, but then it just, you know, but then it just stops. It's like it has a little drone flying over it, checking out the area instead of having it do what I ask. So I thought, okay, I'll just wait until the 15th when my thing renews. You know, get what I want there. I'll try to get what I want out of it then. But then, all of a sudden, I was curious. I was curious, like, okay, what else is out there, right? What else is out there? And I think it was, I'm trying to think what it was. Oh, yeah, I know what it was. It was inkbunny.net. And I got to give a shout out. To, I think it's BBMFF of PAL Comics. That's right, BBMFF of PAL Comics. That's PALCOMIX. PAL Comics. PALCOMIX. And what they did, second time they did this, is they used an AI software to animate one of their statuettes, little figurine statuettes that they sell based on original characters or fictional, well-known characters. They used this AI service to make them dance. So I looked at the video he put up on inkbunny.net, and I saw that in the information he said what he used, and he said one of the things he used was Kling for the animation. So I'm thinking, what is Kling, right? So as I mentioned earlier, I looked it up, accidentally went to the Chinese version of the site, but then when I saw the tutorial on YouTube, went to the link that was, the link that was put in there, and basically, like I said, went to the link that was put in the description on the tutorial YouTube page, and like I said, clicked on that, went from there, and next thing I know, I was on the English version of the site. So again, I followed that. I basically followed that link off the tutorial, and decided to try it out. And so far, as a result, and like I said, hopefully you'll see in the video footage of it, so far it's giving me what I'm asking for, because I asked Kling to do what I asked Luma to do, and Kling is doing exactly what I asked Luma to do, but exactly as I wanted, or at least close to it. Now, I'm not sure Runaway will do it. I'll have to check that out later. But again, both get high praise as to giving you exactly what you want. Now, Kling, more so than anything, is giving you what you want. But they're just like Luma, they're new, so they might mess up here and there. The only disadvantage I think I would give, they're all at fault for this. Because like I said, with Runaway, it's like at certain times, you can't even get in there due to high demand. It won't let you get in there unless you have a paid subscription. Luma and Kling, on the other hand, they will do what you ask, for, with your free account, but you have to wait, a while. Like you have to wait for quite some time before they finish generating, your product. Giving you what you're asking for. Because basically if you don't pay, as a subscriber, you're not a high priority. So yeah, so all three of them are at fault for this. All three of them are at fault, for being long. But if I was to say anything about Luma over Kling, at least with their freeness, they're a little quicker on the draw, depending, and this is the one key thing we all have to look at, no matter what AI service we use, artistic, video, or writing. It all depends on the time of day. Because you can't tell me there aren't a lot of other people that are not using these AI sites to create their own creations, to do their own thing, because they are. So I'm telling you right now, if you're trying these out for free, you got to be patient. I mean, even when you pay, you got to be patient because it does take a little while there too. I mean, heck, Mobians.ai, they have to go through little updates or something like that, or they get stalled so long, it's like, they have to shut down or they have to do maintenance or whatever the case may be because they have people jumping on their side to create what they want to create. So again, you got to be a patient with if you're doing it for free, and you might have to be patient just a tiny bit, even if you're a subscriber, because again, there are people in line. Trust me. I think that's why with Luma, you get the whole fail to prompt kind of deal because it's more along the lines of them saying, yeah, we got people ahead of you, so we can't really do your thing right now. But overall, though, as far as I can see, Kling does have the advantage when it comes to exactly giving you what you're asking for in prompt, whether it's text to prompt or image to prompt along with text or whatever. So they're giving you what you're asking for exactly. Now, are they perfect? Not exactly. They're not exactly perfect, but, at least they are more consistent. And to me, if there's one thing Luma and, can learn from Kling and maybe Runaway is, as well as even to do right, is always offer your subscribers, your consumers, the opportunity to buy more time, buy more credits. Because if you're just going to limit them to just, $480 a month, or or $300 a month, or whatever, or $2,400 a month, if you're just going to limit them to that and that's it, then that's going to make you lose a lot of business. But if I'm Luma and I see what's going on here, I take a page. I take a page out of the playbook of both Kling, Runaway, and any other video image AI sites out there, writing sites, and I include in the next update that I do for my service, I include I include the opportunity to buy extra credits for more time. Because that's also how you make money to maintain your service in your business as well. So yeah, so honestly, in closing, I still think Luma is a great site, just like any AI site. Video, writing, artistic, they still have a lot to learn. You gotta be patient with them. And Kling and Runaway are the same way. Again, I don't know if Runaway, allows you to buy credits. I'm sure they do. They're already listing, your, what you get subscription wise as credits. So they might just do that as well. And again, if I'm Luma, I take a page out of these playbooks and be like, okay, I want to be the best. I want to be numero uno. I'm going to add the opportunity to buy credits. And maybe I take it a step forward and say, hey, you can buy, like, for example, you can buy like 300 credits, for $5. If I'm them, I say, hey, for $5, I'll give you double that to go along with what you have. And that could work. That could work in their favor. But again, that's me. That's what I would do if I was in those shoes. But hopefully they'll see what's going on here. They'll see maybe the success Kling's getting and so on. And decide, okay, we need to do that now. We need to go that route. Take a page out of the playbook and improve on it, if you will. If not, make it more enticing, if you catch my drift. But let me know what your thoughts are, guys. Comment down below. Like the video, ring the bell for notifications, subscribe to the channel. Also, check out my Teespring store for content but for merchandise you can't get anywhere else. Get yourself a mug or a t-shirt or a sweater just in time for the fall. I'd be greatly appreciated if you guys check that out and pick something up. Also, check out my Venmo and Cash App to help out financially there for the channel. And also check out where you can find my content elsewhere here on the internet, from Odyssey to Rumble to iHeartRadio to VENMO to Spotify for podcasters, Pandora, and so on. But yeah, guys, that's just my take on it. Again, I still think Luma is a great service. Like I said, just like any AI site, they still have a lot to improve on. Kling, they're just starting out. They're going to have a lot to improve on. Same with Runaway. But, if I'm Luma, I see maybe some of the popular things some of the things that are making Kling popular, the new hot toy in town, the new cool kid in town. And if I'm them, I take a page out of those playbooks and say, okay, we're gonna do what they do, but do it better. Like, with the credits, instead of 300 credits for $5, offer 600 if I'm them. But that's just my opinion, guys. It's just my opinion. But I think, again, I think Luma's still good. They do at times, if you emphasize really well, they will give you what you're asking for. But Kling, it looks like more than likely could overtake them, because it looks like they will give you exactly what you're asking for. Almost, I would say, if I was looking at it from a percentage standpoint, I would say almost maybe 20, 25% more of the time they will give you exactly what you ask for in the prompts, either by text or image with text, then Luma will. So hopefully Luma will learn from this and take some of these ideas, credits and everything, and apply it, and hopefully that'll keep them at the top. But all services are pretty good. I haven't really tested out Runaway yet, but when I do, I will let you know more about that as well. But again, guys, let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know which one you favor probably over any other, if you've utilized any of them. And until then, I'm out.